Hey, what is going on, guys? This is going to be an extremely interesting video about HCMC. And I say that because I'm going to be going over many key points in this video about HCMC. So you guys can truly not miss just 1 second of this video because, like I said, there are going to be so many key parts that I discuss in this video. Because, I mean, look at it, we had a massive run up, then we went down, then we were at the support, then I said something was going to happen right here. And I'm going to be talking about all that just today. I'm going to be explaining why the stock is down, etc., etc. I bet you that'll answer most of your questions, right? And just remember, guys, heads up, I'm not a financial advisor, so everything that I say in this video is just my opinion. And also, do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and you can do that by clicking the red button down below, because at the end of each of my videos, I'll be providing my subscribers with free ARK Invest buy, sell alerts. Now, why is this important? Well, I'm sure a lot of you guys would like the ARK Invest buy, sell alerts for a lot of their ETFs because the manager of the ARK Invest team is Kathy Wood. Now, not only is she a great analyst, but she also has an amazing team. I mean, after all, she was the one putting out the bold predictions and just projections for Tesla. And her projections have pretty much been right all this time, even though she had a lot of doubters. Now, she is also buying other stocks, and some of them you guys have already been asking me about. For example, ticker symbol NNDM. That is a stock that I went over in my previous video. But if you guys are just curious about what she's doing with another stock, and by the way, guys, when I give out the alerts, I'll be giving away the buy alerts, the sell alerts, how much percentage of their portfolio they have allocated into a specific stock. I'll be giving away all of that. Like I said, all you gotta do is subscribe. Now, enough with that. Let's go ahead and talk about what is going on. So, HCMC, right? They are reporting earnings today, as you can see right here. So they have earnings. And like I said, we've been drawing so many supports, we've been drawing so many resistances. And it's honestly quite interesting how everything that I've been drawing has it's literally just been happening, and I think we're all witnessing it. I mean, all you have to do is just go to one of my previous videos and you will see right here, actually, because I have the chart pulled up and I did not change this chart at all. Like, this has all been from before. And like I said, we were able to really it was a stronghold about this support right here. Then we had a nice bounce, and now what happens? We have earnings. We had an earnings run up, and I said, if we break 0.0025, expect a run up to a new gap level. What happened? Not only did we break one gap level, but we also broke another resistance. And then we went almost to another resistance. And I'm emphasizing this because this is why technical analysis is so valuable. And I even said I did not expect this at all. Like, I didn't expect we were going to break like so many resistances in such a short amount of time. But that's the power with HCMC. And let me just tell you guys, I firmly believe that after this whole like inflation scare is out of the way, and once the market actually starts going back to normal, I think once everything starts turning around, just with the action that's been going on right now with HCMC, I think a lot of you guys can start expecting these levels to actually hold. Now, in my last video, I said that these candles right here are not actually the best, right? And I specifically said, like, right here, this is not a good candle. Even this green candle right here, this is not a good candle. And this one definitely is not a good candle. The reason why is because every time we have a type of candle like this, with the tail like upwards, what that basically means is that it is not able to sustain that level, right? I would love, and I'm sure a lot of us would have loved HCMC to actually stay at this level, but they had earnings today, and that is what actually made it unfortunately go down. But you know what the good news is, guys? And remember, this is why you guys cannot look at just the 1 day chart, right? Because if I look at the 1 day, 1 minute, this is what I see. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with this information. Like, this chart is just not, it's not good. And the RSI, I don't know anything. I don't even understand what this is saying. The volume is like irrelevant at this point because it doesn't really matter. I mean, unless you guys are trying to trade at the opening bell, then yeah, that's when the volume matters. That's only if you're trying to do a day trade out of it. But for those of you guys that are swing trading it, which I know a lot of you guys are, and a lot of you guys are actually bag holding the stock, which is fine, guys. There was a lot of people bag holding a lot of stocks. No one really expected inflation to be, to have this much of an effect on the market. That's not to say that no one thought inflation was expected, because I'm sure a lot of people expected inflation to go up. However, I don't think a lot of people really knew that inflation would have this much of an effect on the market. And unfortunately, HCMC is one of those stocks that got affected by it. But honestly, though, HCMC did not get hurt that badly by inflation, by all this inflation, just news, because we are actually not even at this support level right here. I think that for those of you guys that are kind of sad about the price action, I don't think that you guys should be really sad until we go back to the support level right here, because it did take time for this support level and we did have to consolidate for quite a while. And I know a lot of you guys don't like to hear that because you guys don't really like to wait. So that's really the only unfortunate part. But remember, guys, the same rule still applies. We have such a massive support right here that you just gotta remember, if it breaks, that's when you guys should really be worried, okay? Because then we have a gap fill right here. Like, it's going to be extremely low. And I'm not saying it will break the support level because, guys, we have so much room until we actually hit this level right here. But just to identify a new area of support, here's what we can do. We can just draw a new one right here. I'm looking at 0.0017, that area, 0.0017. Perfect. Right here. If we end up breaking this support, then I think we could go all the way back down to this support level right here. Now, we were able to not break it in one instance, and these are the type of candles that you want, where the tail goes downwards but then like comes back up, because that's the one that shows a lot of resilience and strength. However, if it breaks, then we will see like our previous support level right here, which again is kind of unfortunate, but at the end of the day, it's just like this has happened to so many stocks, and earnings did not help either. The only way earnings are helping, guys, the only companies that earnings are helping are the reopening stocks. I have not seen one stock, except for Google and Amazon, that went up after earnings. I mean, you look at Apple, who I understand is at already $1 trillion market cap, and they did 50% growth year over year, and they still fell on earnings. So this is just things to consider, guys. Like, a lot of you guys are really sad about HCMC, but there are companies like even Apple, right, that are just not performing well right now. These are just things to consider. But after this, I'm just trying to see if we could maybe, because the RSI looks like we, again, this is kind of what I mentioned in my last video too. I said we could get a double top. So as for the RSI, we have one support right here. It's at the 55.77 level. If we break that, that is going to create more downwards pressure too. Then we will definitely see the support level be hit again. But the next question is like, okay, let's transition over to when will this stock go up? Because I get it, this video has been kind of negative towards HCMC. I mean, all I've really been talking about is the selling pressure, but the real question is that I'm sure a lot of you guys want to know is, when will this stock go up? So I'm just trying to see, again, the RSI has to, like, it has to bounce off this 55.77 support. If it does not, like I said, more downwards pressure. However, what I'm looking at right here is that once the market turns its switch, I think that not only is it going to go up, because anyone could say that it's going to go up, but if you guys actually look at it from a technical standpoint, I think that we could have a cup and handle. Even for any cup and handle, guys, it has to come down. So we have the cup, handle, and then it's just going to break all these resistances. I think that could be really and truly what happens, but I don't see this happening anytime soon, not in the month of May at least. Maybe in June, but I really think HMC will go substantially high in the month of July or October. Those are the 2 months that I'm going to be watching HGMC, because July and October are the months that I just personally believe that these stocks will go a lot higher. And the cup and handle actually makes sense. So maybe this whole downwards pressure right now isn't even that much of a bad thing, because maybe this is just preparing us for an even bigger movement, because that is what a cup and handle does. Now, with that being said, guys, I know today was a lot of technical analysis, even though they did have their earnings. But at this point, guys, the earnings, even with the earnings, even if the earnings was good, even if it was bad, whatever the earnings result may be, it still obviously went down. And again, this was a story that happened with Apple. This is what happened to so many companies this past month and just this past week. So, with that being said, I am now going to transition over to the stocks that Kathy Wood and her team have been buying this week. Okay, so this is a stock that Kathy Wood and her team have been buying, and this stock has had a lot of hype recently because a lot of people have been suspecting of a stock split, and I don't think that they are having one, but this was just something that a lot of people were hinting at around the time of their earnings. So I thought, why not talk about Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN. This is a stock that Kathy Wood and her team have in two of their ETFs. They have it in ARK-F and ARK-X. So their percentage of their portfolio allocation into one of their ETFs is right here, and then in another one of their ETFs, it is right here. So they have much more in ARK-X than they do in ARK-F. And this actually gets you thinking, like, why does Kathy Wood have Amazon in their like space ETF? But honestly, it kind of makes sense because I think that is one of the reasons why Jeff Bezos left Amazon as the CEO. He didn't actually like leave Amazon, but like he stepped down from the CEO position. And I think it was to focus more on just this new industry, which is definitely a transition from e commerce. And I know Amazon isn't just e commerce, but it definitely is a transition over to like the space industry, which I think is going to have a lot more growth in the future. So I think that's why they have so much invested in Amazon. And as we could see here, they have roughly 13,000 shares in one of their ETFs, and then in another one of their ETFs, they have roughly 6,000 shares, almost 7,000 if you want to round it. But yeah, guys, this is Amazon. I don't really see a lot of selling from like the ARC team. And that makes sense because Amazon is just really like a well-founded stock and they don't really have a lot of negative things going for it. So I don't really know why they would sell substantially, but yeah guys, that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully, if you guys wanted to see what ARK was doing with Amazon, to be quite honest, they actually didn't even do a lot with it. They haven't really been moving Amazon. For those of you holding Amazon, I'm sure you guys already have a lot of conviction in this stock, which I do too. I think Amazon is an amazing company. But aside from that, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to see more stocks of a day about Kathy Wood, what her and her team are buying. And with that being said, guys, I will see you guys in the next video.